Yeah, well, I'm here. So I'm here. Yeah, I grew up here, so I'm a DC guy. I grew up here. I was very excited to see, this green coming up, coming here to DC and get a chance to be close to them, get to see them. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see these guys out here with the M's on their heads. It just makes me remember the days when I was one of those guys. 17, 18, 19-year-old guy out there just loving the game of football, playing the game of football with that M on.
You had 3 memorable bowl games, and no one will ever forget Mobile, Alabama.
Yeah, that was a good one. That was a good one. I can remember it like it was yesterday. I still talk to a lot of the Chulos, the McPeaks, the Josh Davis. The Watts. I still talk to everybody. You still talk to everybody. Sometimes we get together and we don't bring it up, and sometimes every time we get together we bring it up. And that's the part about it, man. Out there on this field, when you're that age in college, you make a lot of friends with your teammates that you're gonna have forever, and that's what it's about. And just experiencing those moments, enjoying those moments, talking about those moments with your former teammates and friends.
I've been a lot of great quarterbacks in that program. Obviously, you're one of them, and you embraced a pretty good one there just a minute ago with Rakeem Cato.
We have one. He belongs on the list, I'll tell you that. And the way he's going, he's trying to take everybody off the list. And that's the great thing about it. When Chad left, I remember it wasn't about doing it for myself or my teammates. I just couldn't allow Chad to view me as a failure or not being able to handle that job the way he left it. That was what I thought about all the time. I wanted to prove the guys who I played with, the older guys who went, undefeated in '99. When they left, that was a beautiful team. That was a team that was hard to beat, an unbeatable team, as you can see. And when they left, I just remember telling myself, I put so much pressure on myself to make sure that, man, I may not could beat Chad this year. Damn, I'm sure gonna try to, and it worked out for us. And it was the responsibility that I felt. It was the responsibility I felt towards Chad. I'm quite sure it was the same responsibility he probably felt towards Earth Cresser. It's probably the same responsibility Stan Hill felt when I left. And to see that young boy out there throwing that ball, it's a beautiful thing to see, because it reminds you of when you was that age out there playing, and to see the improvements, to see how well he's playing on a week in and week out basis. Like I tell Chad, he's trying to take us off the list.
You're going to be here. You're going to be here at the game Friday.
Yes.
Any special capacity or just?
I'll be there as a honorary captain. Hopefully, I can get that right. Tails. Hopefully, I can do my part of it. But other than that, it's just here to just spend some time with the guys and just. This is in my heart. I love that place. I always love it. I always bleed green. I have some fond memories. Some of my best memories in football have been with that helmet on my head. So,
what's your best memory of all of them?
We done some special things on that football field in that time frame. I think a lot of people will remember the East Carolina bowl game and see it. But to me, as crazy as it would sound, it's the Akron game where I broke my leg. Because it wasn't about the win or loss. It wasn't even about football. You seen what we were. We was a group of friends who would do anything for each other. They just so happened to be playing on the same football team. And when you play like that, it shows. And all the things we accomplish is from us being great friends to each other, great teammates. We was together at everything we did back then. Like everything we did, it was just, we didn't do nothing individually. Everything was done as a team, and you never forget that.
Rakeem, when we talk to him, he does mention a lot about, you and Chad and those before him, and how he looks to you guys as kind of inspiration. How does that feel to know that he has that mentality, and is that the mentality that a kind of a quarterback kind of needs to also just look at the history and those before him as well?
I think you kind of need it, because everybody has the fire to be great. Everybody wants to be, but then when you put that added pressure of, we kind of want him to know that we're watching, you know? That's the good thing about it. And he knows we're watching. And that's what the great thing about it when he's able to go out there and accomplish and achieve things. History means everything. You know, history means everything. And he understands that. And just, it's an added pressure, but it's the pressure that he wants. I know he do because I wanted it. I wanted to have that on my shoulders. So during the week on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I didn't never really take a day off because he always had that to lean on. That them little butterflies floating in you of, man, I got to do this. I got to get the job done. And as you can see, he's been getting the job done.
You talked about a lot of these memories that you had just now. Those guys don't realize it yet. They don't realize that this is going to be a week they remember forever.
They can't because they're too young. I remember when we was doing it, we thought we would do this forever. You know, and then when you get older, especially since I retired, now I just got an opportunity to just reflect on football. And like I said, a lot of my memories, my big moments came in that helmet, and that's what makes it good. But these guys, they have no clue. They young, they just playing football, they tackling, they enjoying the week of the bowl game, you know. They're just having fun, but as they get older, they'll realize what this meant to them and what it means to everybody that's a part of this, even the coaches. Coach Leg, Coach Gale, these guys that 14 years ago, 13 years ago, you know, we were in the same meeting rooms trying to win football games. And to see those guys, that's the great thing, because the coaches always understood it. They would always try to tell us, their players, but you know, you don't listen to too much when you're 17, 18, 19, you know, 20 years old. So they won't understand it, but they will. They will later on down the line, and that's how it's supposed to be.